Hi, I'm Abby Hart, Senior Editor of Golfdom, with the latest edition of Golfdom Zoom Views. Today, I'm joined by Tom Brodeur, Golf Course Superintendent at TPC Boston, host of next week's PGA Tour event, the Northern Trust. Tom, thanks for joining me.
You're welcome. Nice to be along.
Can you tell me a little bit about how the 2020 golf season has been so far?
Yeah, not unlike anybody else here or around the world. We've had a couple of stops and starts. We started early. We didn't have much of a winter, and we got started in March, early March actually, and played lots of golf and somewhere I think probably in the 2-week range. And then our governor put the state in its pandemic lockdown, so to speak, to start with, to get everybody back on track, and we were closed for the better part of 5 weeks and reopened on May 5th. So all that time warm and kind of an unusually early start to things. And then since then we've played a lot of golf, and which has been nice for everybody really, including the folks that work here. And it's been busy and nice. It's I would say from a weather standpoint, unusually dry and lately unusually hot. So some challenges there, but overall good.
Great. How have the golfers been reacting to the turf at TPC Boston?
The turf?
Yeah.
They've been beating it up. No, they're fine. We've had wonderful comments all year. I would say lately, it's just been it's been a protracted dry period for us, and as a result, we fall a little further and further behind each day, and especially when you combine that with heat and humidity. We've had, I don't know all the particulars. I know that we're with our third heat wave right now, and more than anything, I think when I come outside in the morning, even step into my garage, you can just tell it's 70 some odd degrees and it's humid. It really is. I think that's probably the biggest downer is that there's been sustained humidity in the evenings and not really much rainfall, so kind of an odd combination. Not the greatest for good turf health. We'd love to have a few cool nights, but every summer's different and you deal with it the best you can. So that's what we're doing.
Great, definitely. I wanted to ask you about kind of the breaking news from last week. What are your thoughts about the Golf Industry Show going virtual for 2021? Were you planning on attending this year?
I was planning on attending. I do enjoy Las Vegas. And it would have been, I think probably if there was anywhere on earth that the folks who are in the hospitality industry would be able to accommodate people safely, it might be Las Vegas. But I'm not surprised either. I think everybody's so unsure right now where things are headed and what turns there are in the road. So not a big surprise. We'll attend virtually as best we can and enjoy that. And maybe if we're really lucky, we'll have a local show later in late winter, early spring. So we'll see. But yeah, kind of a bummer, but we'll move on.
Agreed. I know that the Golfdom team was looking forward to seeing all the superintendents in Vegas this year. So
yeah, we had to have some fun, right? At some point.
Tom, I interviewed you for an article about battery-powered equipment a couple years back. It was a cover story from 2018. Are there any cool pieces of equipment that you and the crew are really into these days?
Yeah, there are. We have still continued to use the handheld blowers that we like. Mainly because when we're cleaning off greens in the morning after mowing, they're quick, just press the trigger and get the clippings off the green quite easy. And we do use the backpack blowers quite a lot. They're a little bit lighter and easier for some of the folks that struggle with the weight of a full-size backpack blower. It's a little easier way to get most of that work done. It's not quite as powerful as a gasoline-powered one, but gets a lot done and a lot easier on the body. And then I think the biggest thing is the electric chainsaws are very powerful and quiet, easy to handle. We do a lot of big material with them, and when we have the opportunity to use them, it's just a lot. It seems to me a little bit safer and a little bit quieter environment for the guys to work in. So really, I'd say the number one thing is probably the electric chainsaw.
That's great. Glad to hear that you guys are still using those electric tools out at TPC Boston.
Yeah, we enjoy them.
I wanted to also ask about how prepping for the Northern Trust has been going. Is there anything that you want to call out about the course for the tournament next week? And how do you feel about there not being any fans this year?
The prepping is going fine. It's a little, I think I have to admit, we're in our first day of full closure. We were partially closed yesterday, and it's a little different because this would be a time when we would have tons of vendors out there filling tents with furniture and fixtures and beverages and food people getting ready to do all the things they do. This would be chaos today. So for the tournament, that's not a great thing. For the golf course maintenance team, it's not bad. It's a little quieter, a little more easygoing from a pace standpoint. The people that are here today that are working are, folks we're familiar with from years of having an event, and everybody knows how to operate. So it's been it's been kind of nice in that way, and I think a little more personal, being able to, just talk to everybody and take some time to get things done. Maybe the other side of it, without fans, yeah, that's kind of a bummer, but it's, we'll get through it, and it'll be kind of interesting. I was actually really excited that the golf course would be shown more just the golf course and not have many of the distractions that are, the visual distractions that normally are. Lots of, huge tents and all that. So maybe that'll be kind of interesting. We don't have housing around our place, so it'll be just more of a golf course this time.
One more thing I wanted to ask about is you're celebrating 40 years as a superintendent this year and your 20th year at TPC Boston. How do you plan on marking the occasion?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not going to mark it, I don't think. Now you get to the point where you don't want to mark anything. So I'll just enjoy the year. I'm thankful to have, had the opportunity to work in the industry that long and done pretty well. And it's not the easiest business sometimes on everybody. And as you get older, you learn to appreciate that more and more. That just sometimes surviving. When you get in a tough summer like we have this year, you really have to put your nose down and just kind of get it done. And I'm thankful I've been able to do that for that many years. So no special occasions, no special ceremonies, but definitely appreciative of the fact that I was able to do it.
That's great, and congrats to you on that huge milestone.
Thanks.
Tom, we're looking forward to seeing the course on TV next week, and yeah, thank you for joining me today. Everybody, I'm Abby Hart, Senior Editor of Golfdom Magazine, and I've been joined by Tom Brodeur, Golf Course Superintendent at TPC Boston. Thanks again for watching Golfdom Zoom Views.